Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is MMA for you. I'm going to be doing my predictions for Bellator 83, which happens on December 7th. Card overall, you got a 3-fight main card. I am interested in Martinez versus Shamhalaev. Jessica I versus Zoila Gurgel is very interesting to me as well. And it might even determine the best 125-pound female fighter. Of course, there's like Vanessa Porto's fighting Barb Honchak, but this fight is pretty relevant to that division. Undercard's actually pretty decent. You got some prospects here, Alexei Kudrin, heavyweight prospect, Jimmy Rivera, Daryl Horcher, who just starched EJ Brooks, who's really good in his last fight. Undefeated Matt Lozano, Claudio Ledesma, who was a prospect at one time but kind of faltered off. So as a card overall, it's alright. Some prospects I do like. The main card, there are 2 fights I like. It's actually not too bad then, actually. Let's get started. Okay, Rad Martinez fights Shahbulat Shamhalaev for the 145-pound featherweight tournament final. This one's really hard for me to call. I've been impressed with both of these guys and their last fights. Rad Martinez, 14-2 record, 6 wins by KO or TKO, 8 wins by decision. The guy's a grinder. This guy will keep going at you even when he's tired. His stand-up's improving. He has good wrestling. He's always pushing forward. Shamhalaev, though, man, this guy starched Mike Richman, who was just KOing everyone in his path. And he KO'd the guy who KOs guys, you know. One thing you got with the Shamhalaev fight, especially in his last fight, is that he showed some really good counter-punching, and that's how he caught Richman off the counter-punch. Against Bollinger, he showed really strong ground and pound. Really hard to say who's going to win this fight. Dude, I'm going to go with Shahbulat Shamhalaev. Martinez is a guy that could win this. He's good wrestling, good stand-up, pushes forward, has a really good chin, really strong. He can be a grinder when he wants to be. So, yeah, but you know, you gotta go with the guy that's just been knocking guys out in his last fights, 2 fights. So yeah, I go Shahbulat Shamhalaev to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, former 135-pound champ Zach Makovsky, fun size, fights Anthony Leone. Anthony Leone has 11-5 record. 5 of those wins are by sub, 6 wins by decision. He's only 25 years old and is on a 2-fight win streak. This Makovsky, though, got to go with him for the win. This guy's relentless about getting his takedowns. He's really tenacious. He's really quick as well. Trains at the Philadelphia Fight Factory along guys like Eddie Alvarez. He has some, his wrestling's good. His cardio is really good, and he has some good top control as well. I think that with Makovsky, he should cut down to 125. I don't think, I know there's going to have some, I think there's some 125-pound fights on the undercard, so I think Bellator might be making that division, who knows. Wouldn't surprise me, though. Okay, next, so I got Zach Makovsky to win that one. Okay, next fight after that, we have the Warrior Princess, Zoila Frausto Gurgel versus Jessica Evil Eye. Interesting fight here. Gurgel is the 115-pound women's champion for Bellator. She should more or less just relinquish it because in her last fights, she's been fighting at 125. It's a good weight class for her too. She was huge for 115 but looked drained. Looked like it might be an unhealthy weight cut too. Really tough fight here to call Gurgel. Trains at Team Gurgel. She's on a 7-fight win streak, even though I think she lost to Jessica Aguilar and Megumi Fujii. She's shown some good Muay Thai. Her grappling's been improving. She showed a little more of her grappling too in her fight against Casey Noland. Jessica Evil Eye, though, 8-1 record, 2 wins by KO TKO, 6 decisions, 26-year-old, and a 5-fight win streak. Trains at the Strong Style Fight Team. Stand-ups, known mainly for stand-up, but she's improving her ground game as well. What I really like when I see her fight, she uses a jab. She fights long. She fights technical. Does have a tendency to stay in the pocket and stand in front of her opponent for a little too long. A little longer than I like, because she gets counterpunched that way. But otherwise, tough fight for me to call, especially if this is standing. But I'm hoping that Jessica Evil Eye will pull it out. She has a good work rate in the stand-up, and she does push forward. She usually gets off first. And like I said, I think technique-wise, she's really good at the stand-up as well. So I got to go with Jessica Eye to win this one. Okay, on to the prelim card. We got Mike Wessel versus Alexei Kudrin. Interesting fight here. You got Alexei Kudrin trains at the Red Fury Fight Team. I believe guys like Vasilevsky trains there. I think Shahbulat trains there as well. But Mike Wessel's a tough heavyweight. This guy's resilient. He'll just keep coming at you. But I gotta go with Alexei Kudrin to win this one. 10 of his wins are by KO or TKO. 1 win by submission by strikes. He's only 27 on a 5-fight win streak. Mike Wessel, like I said, he's a tough guy, but 7 of his wins are by KO or TKO, and 4 of his losses are by KO or TKO as well. So this should be a really interesting fight, but I got Alexei Kudrin winning that one. Okay, next fight after that, we have Jesse Brock versus Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera, 10-1 record, 1 win by KO, 2 wins by sub. She's on a 9-fight win streak. Technically, even though I believe he fought The Ultimate Fighter, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he lost against Bermudez. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta check. It was that prelim fight to get into the house. But he's actually been on the prospect radar for a long time. Jesse Brock, 14-6 record, 2 wins by KO or TKO, 7 wins by sub. Interesting thing, he has 2 losses by KO or TKO. Interesting, one of those losses is by a head kick from none other than UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. But as far as this fight goes, I got Jimmy Rivera winning this one. Okay, next fight after that, you have Chris Ligori versus Daryl Horcher. Chris has a 15-9 record, 5 wins by KO or TKO, 5 wins by sub. He also has 5 losses by sub as well. He's on a 3-fight win streak though. With Horcher, 6-0 undefeated record, 4 wins by KO or TKO, and 1 submission victory. He's only 25, and like I said earlier, he KO'd another prospect in E.J. Brooks in his last fight in 21 seconds. Gotta go with the guy with the momentum here. I got Daryl Horcher to win this one. Okay, next fight after that, Terrell Hobbs fights Brylan Van Artstalen. Really interesting stats here. Terrell Hobbs, 4-6 record. All 6 of his losses are by submission. With Van Artstalen, 7-4 record. All of his wins and losses are by submission. He's 28 years old. Hobbs is 26. I'll go with Van Artstalen to win, probably by submission, against a guy who's had all his losses by submission. So yeah, Rylan Van Artstalen for the win there. Okay, next fight after that. This is a 129-pound catchweight bout. I think Tuan Pham missed weight. He came out at 128, I think. But we have Tuan Pham versus Matthew Lozano. Okay, Pham had 4 wins, 5 losses. 3 of his losses are by submission. With Lozano, he has a 3-0 undefeated record. It's 1 KO victory and 2 submission victories. He's only 24. And as a pro, he's never been past the second round. So I got to go with Matthew Lozano to win this one. And finally, Bo Harris fights Claudio Ledesma. Harris, 7-4 record with 1 draw. 2 wins by KO TKO, 2 wins by sub. He also has 2 losses by sub. With Ledesma, he has a 7-3 record. He has 1 win by TKO and 2 wins by sub. I got to go with Claudio Ledesma to win this one. Again, that's pretty much it for my predictions for Bellator 83. If you have any comments, just leave them below. That's it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.